Hello lovelies, this is Arielle from the Tree of Life Tarot, and I will just make a quick video about Prince Hamdan, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohamed Al Maktum. Really sorry. For some reason, again, he's a really young guy, and for some reason I have huge respect for him. So I'll take a look right now for his, let's say, soulmate reading. Okay, someone requested it on the blog, so I'll be looking at that. So let's take a look over here. We need to see if we have the soulmate cards. And let's remember, he's a married man, okay? He's a married man. Then it's a no. So basically, we can only look at his love life at the moment. So, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, let's say straight, is talking about letting go. Usually this is something that is painful, kind of like unfortunately I get this image of the immigrants right now from Syria that, you know, they leave their country and it's very painful that they may never come back. And all their life that they had it before, it's gone. It's different now. So that's the upright card. Reverse card. So he was in a situation where, and this is for the matters of the heart, okay? For the matters of the heart, he had to let something go. That could be his non-married life, okay? Or could be something else. I'm not going to go into that. But reversed is a good card. It's right now, it's saying that in the matters of the heart, he's moving forward. He's moving forward and things are getting easier. The Fool is innocence, return to innocence, and also in some way it's like going with the flow, really going with the flow and seeing where things are going. And that card, the Five of Pentacles, unfortunately I think that could represent him and his wife. Usually that card is, so we have a man who is let's say with physical issue, and he's walking very difficulty, bare feet in the snow, and thank goodness, unfortunately, again, I'm having this about the coronavirus and how difficult it is to the people that live on the street, the people who don't have a house that they can quarantine in, people who don't have money to buy and provisions, you know, even toilet paper, so that they can stay safe. So thank goodness we don't have snow. It's not snowy outside. It's not a bad winter. But this is the type of kind of like dire situation that the card is depicting. Somebody who is left outside of the church here. They're and church here represents safety, house, home, and they're outside. They're, you know, unprotected. They're left to the forces of nature to fend for themselves. And then we have a lady who's praying. She's also bare feet. She's also in a dire situation, and they walk alone. So in this case, again, that's the literal meaning of the card. But when it comes to matters of the heart, we have we I think this could represent his marriage. So he and his wife, they are walking into this marriage as um, let's say a little bit as a political decision, also a tradition. So in certain let's say parts of the world, these things are traditions, and they have to be honored. Okay, if you're not born into that type of tradition, you're born into a different tradition. So you cannot judge one or the other is better or different or whatever it is. But here what we see, because we are looking here as in terms of Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohamed al Maktum's matters of the heart. So when it comes to matters of the heart, he and his wife, they have different wounds of the heart. Okay, so let me go into this. The card beneath it, this is the Five of Swords. That's the card of coming back, leaving the door open for something or someone in your life. Reverse, that means that he or his wife as well, they have the door to a previous life, previous, let's say, freedoms or whatever it is. The previous life they had, it's closed, it's no longer there. So they are together in this. At the same time, each one of them have their own personal wounds, and by wounds I could name, let's say, we all have them. Okay, we all have them. It could be right now what I see, again, I'm saying it for both of them because I don't know when someone is in a marriage, I can pick up the energy for both. So this card is really for both of them. I don't know for which one is more. But here, the image that I get is that a wound is solitude or isolation or being abandoned. So these are, again, it looks the same type of wound, like abandoned and isolation, but they're very different. They're very different because if you're abandoned, you're feeling that you're alone, that others did not want you. When you're in isolation, you also feel alone, like it's not safe to go out there. In both cases, you have let's say trust issues and difficulty to open up to intimacy. And intimacy in this day and age of fast everything, fast food, fast clothes, fast relationships, fast marriages, fast kids, it is very difficult to connect really with someone and to be vulnerable and to trust that your heart will not be broken. So we have two different wounds, and for example, and I'm not going to try to trivialize that, but I want to say that those types of wounds are very very common throughout the world. For example, the wound about isolation. If let's say if you live in a neighborhood that it's not safe to play outside, your parents would be most likely to say you will play inside. Outside you will not play, and that leaves you with the feeling when you grow up that the world out there is not safe. The other option is when you feel abandoned. It's like a lot of parents, especially, again, I'm not trying to trivialize this, but these are things that happen all the time, especially if the parents are young parents, like teen parents or 20, 22, 23, something like that. When they're young parents, they're not ready. They need to go out into the world to start earning money, build career, study, whatever they want. And very often they leave the kids that they have at a certain very young age to the care of their of the care of the grandparents, and the grandparents are taking care of the kids' physical needs because they feel like they're helping their own kids. The problem with that is that, and again, there's we can blame everyone and everything in the world, but it is what it is. In the old age, and by old age I mean even 10 years ago, people were not really understanding, were not knowing how big of a deal it is to have your parents, your own parents, not present sufficiently enough in your life. And that creates a wound. It's a child wound that really goes through life. And when you have two people with wounds that seem similar but they're not the same, it's like you two walking together but everyone is walking their own path. And that's a really really sad thing. But again, it is what it is. So that is about Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohamed al Maktum, and talk to you in the next video. Bye.